Don't get me wrong. I am not saying that I support Hamas. What I'm saying is the more that we support the catastrophic killing of Palestinian civilians, the more that the U.S. supports that, the worse our influence outlook in the world looks.
Yeah, it's when I saw the news about the strikes, I can't say that I feel like I have enough experience or background or knowledge to say whether I am supportive or not. That was a military decision made by people who know a lot of things that I don't. But I do see it as problematic because I see the entire ripple effect of the Hamas-Israeli conflict as problematic. Everybody sticking their nose in, everybody coming to one side or the other. It's just, people talk about how nobody wants a regional conflict. Well, guess what we have?
Guess what we're adding to?
Yeah.
Exactly. As soon as rockets launched off a U.S. war carrier or warcraft into Yemen, we just expanded the regional conflict.
Yeah. And, it's funny what you were saying earlier about the, labeling of organizations as terrorists. I always try to remind people that when a government places a label on a group, on a country or on a group, it is because legally it opens up additional avenues. It's not like when an average person, uses the word terrorism. If a government places that label on an organization or another government, it's for a reason. It's a legal reason. It opens up all kinds of other money and resources that can be used in the fight against them. And that's why you see that go back and forth, because what they're doing is they're using that terminology to legally allocate money and resources towards what they think is important.
I don't disagree with you. Yeah. What I'm saying is that your words are absolutely correct. It's just disappointing. It's disappointing to me that somehow we, as the freest country in the world, even we are manipulating our own legal infrastructure in order to do things that we know legally we can't do in the current structure. So if we just tweak a definition, change a name, have a couple of friends vote for it, now all of a sudden we can do things that we previously couldn't do. If that isn't corruption outright, it's very close to corruption, and it's very far from democracy. And that's what's disappointing to me. If they can do that if the United States can literally stand on an island that the whole world disagrees with, because Hamas being a perfect example, there's only 12 countries in the world that label Hamas a terrorist group. But because one of those countries is the United States, now anything legitimate about the Hamas government that runs the Gaza Strip, anything about them that's beneficial, anything about them that helps, with their economy or helps with their hospitals, anything about them is immediately labeled as terrorist according to our country and those that align with us. But even the UN does not label Hamas as terrorist. And the UN is a huge body of countries. So it's one of those things where if the US can be the biggest kid in the playground and just throw their weight around, how long before that power is corrupted, right? And that's that whole relationship between power, absolute power, corruption, absolute corruption. That's the struggle that I feel like I see it and I feel it. And I know a lot of the people who engage with our platform, they're also feeling that stress, feeling that concern, right? What is the place where we are supporting democracy? And then what is the place where we are abusing our own system in order to just get what we want? If you like this short clip, make sure you click here to see the next clip or here to see the full podcast episode.
So fresh, so new.